Hello. So today I'm going to go on a little rant. I normally don't do this because I don't think it's very professional, but there's a lesson to kind of be learned somewhere in here. So today I was deleted on Facebook by somebody off their friends list. They're not a friend that I actually know or anything, but I had started following them because they were a big animal advocate, against factory farming and kind of just more of a well-rounded person when it came to how things really work in this world and such. So I started following him and we became friends on Facebook. Anyway, today he posted a video off of YouTube, which you can find on my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/the nutrition code. And it showed a serval, which is basically a wild cat. It's this big, almost like medium-sized dog cat with spots. So these are kind of still wild. Some people are starting to own them as pets, but they're not as domesticated as your typical household cat. So in the video, is very short. The owners had gotten a bag of goldfish from somewhere, poured it into their bathtub full of water, and let the cat hunt. Now, I don't advocate for something like that. That is a little strange and not really the most ethical way to feed your pet. And cats really don't eat goldfish anyway, but not the point. So he said, "This is crazy. This is animal abuse. Whoever would do this? This is a domesticated cat. You should totally feed it a dry food diet." So I couldn't help myself, and I replied to his comment. I said, although I don't agree with the methods used in this video, I do have to disagree with a domesticated cat being fed a dry food diet. This actually is one of the worst diets you can feed a cat. It doesn't matter what quality it is, what kind of fruits and vegetables are in there. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they only eat meat. Yes, granted, you can feed your pet a bagged commercial dry food at the grocery store, but they're not going to be processing that or getting the right nutrients effectively or 100% of the way. That's just the facts of it. So, I said this all nicely and everything like that, but then he replies, "Whoa, what am I going to do? Feed it a wet diet and let its teeth rot away?" So, of course, I had to continue talking. And I said, well, first of all, and again, I said this nicely, using your pet's diet as a method to keep their teeth clean or any other kind of dental hygiene is not a good thing to do in the long run. With cats, most of these dry diets are made of carbs, and yes, fruits and vegetables are carbs, but cats actually don't have the enzyme to break down the carbohydrates. So a lot of times these small particles can rest along the gum line or get lodged in between the teeth, which actually does cause bad breath, tooth decay, gingivitis, gum disease, all that stuff you're trying to avoid with a dry pet food diet. Furthermore, there's actually only about 10% of moisture in dry cat food, and cats, just like their ancestors, retain water. So no matter how much water is available to them and no matter how much you think they're actually drinking, they're not usually drinking enough. So if they're not getting water in their diet, they're not getting water. This causes problems resulting in kidney disease because the kidneys are overworking. There's not enough moisture to process the food. And this also can result in kidney stones and bladder stones, especially for male cats. A lot of people have experienced this issue where their cats do require surgery to remove these painful stones, or even there are some cases where you need to reroute the urinary system in order for your cat to actually go to the bathroom. So in that sense, yeah, a wet food diet is actually better for your cat. It has around 60 to 85% moisture in it compared to the 10% in dry cat food. Furthermore, when you're comparing dry food and wet food, I do advocate for wet food better because the can that's actually put into preserves that food. In that wet food, the dry food, you're going to just find a bunch of preservatives and chemical additives to keep the color and retain the nutrients and stuff. But in canned food, you don't find that. So it's actually healthier for your pet to have a wet canned food. So, long story short, he ended up deleting me, regardless of other people chiming in and saying that they agreed with what I had to say. I don't need to be right or anything like that, but educating people is important. So I guess he just didn't like what I said, so I'm not his friend anymore. Lesson learned, but you know what? Sorry, not sorry. His pet, unfortunately, is going to suffer, which is sad for that pet. But at the end of the day, nutrition of your animals, whether they're domesticated or not, it's up to you. So, again, lesson learned. See you later.